welcome to Backyard Gardening Days. The last 3 or 4 days we've gotten quite a bit of rain, okay, and everything is doing very, very well. I mean, everything's very green. Our yard is very green. In fact, it needs to be cut again. There's Luca over there. Luca. There's Rainer looking for a mole, something to kill. There's our beautiful area, backyard area. I spend a lot of time back here, but let's look at our garden, how well it's doing. The zucchini is really doing well. We have a few little small zucchinis popping up. The marigolds, we love the marigolds. Plus they're useful to deter pests and other things like that. The salvia is looking really good. Beautiful plant too. So that's a Sargento. That's another Sargento. These are poblanos over here. The super chilies, with also some onions in there. The super chilies are extremely hot. They're 60,000 Scoville. And all of the tomatoes have, well, not all, almost all of the tomatoes have some fruit on them. You can see right here. Got the little bags on to keep the birds off the tomatoes. Another salvia. See, nice fruit. Nice, beautiful tomatoes. Some little baby tomatoes coming up. These are great. Okay, and these are all indeterminate tomato plants, so which means they'll just keep producing fruit until it freezes. Okay. Now, that plant there is a cantaloupe. There's another cantaloupe. They're doing very, very well. And along the back fence, we've got a couple more tomato plants, but we have all of our hot peppers to keep them away from the dogs. They like to pick. We don't want them getting a hold of any of the hot ones. Now here's our raised bed. Everything's looking good in here. We've already gotten about half a gallon of the beans, the green beans, and so we have some more green beans we need to pick. These are doing very, very well. That's only about 10 weeks of growth. Onions, and then we have Anaheim peppers and bell peppers in here, as well as more marigolds, and the white stuff you see is diatomaceous earth. Little lantana, those are doing really well. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna move the cantaloupe back here, let them grow up this cattle panel. So it'll be kind of nice. And we have those are strawberries. Look at that. And we put the little pinwheels in to deter the birds. And yeah, the strawberries are really booming, doing very well. That is squash. That is a zucchini. That's squash. That's squash. There's another zucchini that's doing really well. And look at the beautiful lily. So pretty. And then back there are Peggy Martins. They're a vining, climbing rose bush. Those and they're freeze resistant. I mean, they're amazing, beautiful. It'll cover this whole panel. And we got some cantaloupe here. They're struggling a little bit, but they're coming along nicely. And got some watermelon over here. The Texas heat. We got the Texas heat. Still a little cool, believe it or not, because of all the rain that we had, but the cantaloupe and the watermelon will really love the heat, as well as the peppers. The peppers, no matter how hot it gets, they just continue to produce. Now let's walk over here and see what else we got. There's a look back towards our back patio area. We love sitting back here, having a glass of wine and just enjoying our little sanctuary. Okay, let's go back over here. Now, we recently planted a new color of canna lily. These things are amazing. We started with, as you can see, there's 8, but really each canna lily has a second or third canna lily in the bunch, and in 2 years there'll probably be 50 to 100 at least. Okay, they spread through rhizome growth. We'll talk about that another time. Okay, and then there's our little baby crepe myrtle. It's doing really well. We had to put the post there so we didn't forget and mow it down. These orange canna lilies are doing really well. Here's another situation where we started with 4 canna lilies, and right here we've got about 200. And that's about 5 years worth of growth. 200, and every year, after they get cut back and picked up, they come back and do that. And it's a wonderful plant because you don't have to do anything to grow them. Just plant it and they'll grow. No fertilization, no bug spray, nothing. They just grow and they do well. For wood for the fireplace this winter. We got more orange cannas, same thing. We only started with about 4. Now we've got at least 200 to 300 over here. Just wonderful plants. Mexican honeysuckle, these do really well, but they do freeze in the winter. Still though, they're perennial, so they'll come back, no problem. Here's our crepe myrtle. I recently sprayed that for powdery mildew. It's a fungicide. It's doing really well. This will have pretty fuchsia colored blooms on it. And then finally we have another area with canna lilies, and these are yellow. We have about 300 over here. Again, we started with about 4. Now we have about 300, and they just continue to multiply. Back here, if you can see, next to the little pot on the ground with the little yellow blooms, that's a cantaloupe. And over there, we got another watermelon. This was just a little experiment to just plant them uncontained and just to see how they did. And the bananas, they're doing really well. We started with 4 bananas 5 years ago. We have 100 right now. You can see them all. They also grow and spread through rhizome growth. They're amazing. They'll get 12 to 13, 14 feet tall. They'll freeze back. They're perennial. We cut them down right before it freezes, and then we haul them off lay them on the curb, and the city will come pick them up. So there's just kind of a look back across the yard. Just our little sanctuary back here. We spend a lot of time back here. We love it. Not professional gardeners by any stretch, but we really enjoy growing vegetables, things that we can cook with and eat. But it's also just that we both enjoy getting our hands, in the soil and watching the daily growth. It's incredible how they grow. Rainer's over here. He thinks he's found a mole or a vole or something. He learned that from our golden retriever. Look back towards the house. So a lot of common plants in our yard that can do well in your yard as well. We're in zone 9B. We're in, I would say, south central Texas. We're near the Gulf Coast. We just love being outdoors and doing things to be in the backyard. Hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this video, please like, drop a comment if you want, and please subscribe. Have a great one. Thank you.